Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive.
Let's do it.
Awesome. Today we're going to tackle something I think a lot of us have wondered about at some point.
Yeah.
Ebook publishing.
Okay, yeah.
Like, can people actually make a living doing that?
Right. Is it actually profitable?
Exactly.
See, especially these days.
Totally.
Yeah.
So we found this excerpt from a longer piece that was really interesting and dives right into that question of ebook profitability.
Sounds like a good one.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things they point out right off the bat is this stat that in 2022, the number of independent publishers making at least $50,000 on Amazon, KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing,
Right.
went up by like 40%.
Wow. 40%. That's a big jump.
It is.
But like with a lot of stats, I feel like we kind of got to dig a little deeper, right?
Yeah, totally.
Like 40% sounds really impressive, but it doesn't really give us the full picture. You know what I mean? Like how many authors are we actually talking about here? What was the starting point? And what about all the authors who are making less than that?
Totally. It makes you wonder, what are the things that really make or break an ebook? You know,
Right.
What are those authors who are hitting those numbers doing differently?
Yeah. It's definitely not as easy as just like uploading your book and then suddenly you're making bank.
Oh, I wish.
Right? Like we wish. I think one of the biggest things is genre.
Okay, makes sense.
Like romance and thriller novels, they always seem to be at the top of the charts, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And then you've got your nonfiction categories like self-help and business. Those do really well too.
Okay.
So I think picking the right genre for your book can definitely make a difference.
I mean, that makes sense. If more people are reading in a certain genre, you're more likely to find an audience if you're writing in that genre.
Exactly.
Well, it can't just be about genre, can it? I mean, there are like thousands of romance novels out there.
Right. You need a good cover too.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
A cover that will actually make people want to click on it.
Yeah.
And your blurb.
Yes. The blurb is so important.
That little description, that has to hook people right away.
Totally.
And of course, you need a good marketing strategy.
Makes sense.
I mean, think about it. You could have the best book ever written, but if nobody knows about it,
it's not going to sell.
It's not going to sell.
Yeah. So it's all about getting it in front of the right people.
Exactly. We looked at one author, and what she did was she really focused on building a strong social media presence.
Smart.
Right.
Everyone's on social media.
He was offering like free chapters of her book as a lead magnet to get people interested.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Right. And she was also doing these collaborations with other authors in her genre to like cross-promote each other's work.
Oh, that's smart.
So all of that really helped her grow her audience and ultimately led to more sales.
That's awesome. And it makes me think about something you mentioned earlier about like how the whole publishing landscape is changing.
Mm-hmm.
It really feels like there are all these new platforms and technologies popping up all the time.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, how do you think all that is going to impact ebook profitability in the future?
Well, it's exciting for sure, but it's also kind of hard to predict.
Yeah.
Like AI is getting really sophisticated.
Yeah, it is.
And now you've got all these AI-powered writing tools.
Right.
So I think it's possible that authors will be able to use those tools to create even better content.
Okay.
And reach even bigger audiences.
Interesting.
And who knows, maybe we'll see some totally new platforms or subscription services popping up.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
That could completely change how people find and read ebooks.
Yeah, wow. It really is like a Wild West out there.
It is.
But it seems like there's a lot of potential.
Definitely.
Especially for authors who are willing to, adapt and try new things.
Absolutely.
This has been a fascinating deep dive.
Yeah, I agree.
Always learned so much from you.
Well, it's such a dynamic field,
It is.
There's always something new.